Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ultimate guide for new players in 2024, also known as 0.95. And yeah, I just woke up in my bed, and there was a player right there in front of me. And yeah, he was like checking me out through the window, and I just told him that I just woke up. I don't want to die. And he said, okay, and he jogged away. He only has a bow. You looting this area, buddy? Okay, I think you ran away. Luthais, is that you? You sound is like him. Yes. Thanks for not doing. See, so that guy just saw us. He was looking at us after we woke up, and I just held in B. Like if you hold in B, you can see the little light here at the bottom. Okay, look at the bottom next to my water usage. Okay, if I hold it in, I can talk in game. And that's what basically saved my life there. Kill is not my priorities. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So, we still want better clothing, but we need a little bit of inventory space as well. So, what we're going to do on day 3 is we're going to explore areas that are easy to loot without major dangers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the castle here in B3, and then I might check out these little towns out here. I might check out that little town, and we might leave the big city for the end because there's no sentries in the big city, but it is very dangerous PvP wise. But we are going to go to the castle because with the new horde settings, that's quite easy at the moment. Yeah, we're not going to loot this place again. Let's change our camera angle here. Okay. We still don't know where we're going. We need a compass quite badly. Yeah, except for the spear, we need a compass quite badly. So what I'm going to do here is press compass. So we need 1 scrap metal. We've got a toolbox. So we need scrap metal and a log or a plank. Okay, so it's not difficult crafting an axe. So I think that's what we're going to do now, because if you take the build that I asked you to start with, you're not going to you're not gonna have basic survival to know where you are. So we're just gonna steal a piece of scrap metal here quickly, and then we're gonna run for our life. Hopefully that guy didn't take the scrap metal. Okay, he didn't take the scrap metal. Okay, so there we've got 1 scrap metal, and now we run for our life, and we're gonna craft a bow in the forest. I always like moving, like tapping A and D, okay? So I'm not sitting. If you run straight, it's very easy for a person to line up a headshot on you, okay? If you even want to be fancier, you you make sure that no one can really time what the heck you're doing. But all I basically do is just run from left to right. Look at my little circle, and if I follow this road, I'm going to get to the castle. Okay, so just making sure I get to a quiet area. Now I'm going to chop down this bush, but before I chop down the bush, there's a rock here. So I'm going to double click on both. Small stone axe head. Okay, so we've got the small stone axe head in our vicinity. Apparently we don't have a knife. Can you believe it? We don't have a knife. So I'm going to go to another rock pile. Make a stone knife. Take it in hands. Cut down these 2 bushes for the rope. There we go. We need 5 small sticks. So to cut up 1 long stick into small sticks. Go into our currently craftable. Remove the name at the top so it tells us what we can craft. Craft the rope. And then when we're done, the axe will pop up, because then we'll be able to craft the axe. There we go. We've got the axe. Craft the axe. Right click on the axe, take in hands, chop down the tree. After we have chopped down the tree, we look at a log, hold in F, cut into wooden planks. And now, because of the planks and the scrap metal and the toolbox, we will be able to make a compass, a primitive compass. And there we go, guys. Now, because of the compass, we can leave the axe here because we know axe is very, very easy to craft. But now, if we like hold in our focus mode, we've got north at least. Okay, at least we've got north for now. And once we hit basic survival, we'll have the rest. So yeah, basic survival, way to level it up is to get a box of bobby pins, take out the bobby pins, craft them to lockpicks, craft bundles, or just chop down trees. Like if you chop down a tree, I'll just show you guys here. If you chop down a tree, we will see here that our survival is on 3,691, and we should end up with about 100 experience, depending on our intelligence, okay? But let's just remember 691, and when we done cutting down the tree, we're on 801, okay? So that's about 110 XP for that, and if we process the log, so it's about 110 experience cutting down a tree. And then for the log, it's about 80 experience. You know, even if you cut down a bush, even cutting down a bush is going to give you some experience. If we can find a bush because it's so dark. I've got the filter on for you guys, okay? It's very dark for me. If you guys want to know what it looks like for me, this is what it looks like for me. Okay, very, very dark. This is what it looks like for you. So I'm just adding a filter on OBS so that you guys can see what the heck's going on here. And yeah, now that I've got at least, I just want to go out of combat mode by pressing V. And now that I've got north, I've got a rough idea how to get to the castle. Okay, at least I've got one direction helping me so that I don't feel lost. And yes, we can craft a torch, but the torch is only going to help players to see us. So it's fine. And if we want to help ourselves a little bit, then we just go to options, video, and we put the gamma to 2.8. Okay, I don't allow people to use outside of game settings so that nighttime looks like daytime. Okay, on my settings, on my servers, I promote fairness. But with in-game, you can put it up to 2.8. It's not going to look bad. And then when it's daytime again, you can just put it back down to 2.6 so it looks nice. Okay. And yeah, if we can find a bush, I don't know why we haven't run across a bush yet, or maybe I'm just blind. But in any case, we are running north. We are running north. Yes, we are running north. Okay. So let's just see if we can find a bush here. There's a bush, so if we cut down a bush, which is quite a little bit faster, 880 goes to 930. So it's about 60 experience for that, you know. And then if you cut up the long stick into small sticks, you're also getting a little bit there as well. Okay, 938 goes to 990. Okay, but like I tell you guys, using the bobby pin box is quite nice. You can just sit still. You can do it in your base. You know, it's not difficult gathering bobby pins. You can get them at like convenience stores or stuff like that, or marketplaces. And then you just take out the bobby pins, craft all of them into lockpicks, craft it into bundles. And then when you get another bobby pin box, you do it again. Okay, so we've got 100% stamina here. So we're gonna keep running north. And I'll be back with you guys now because I highly doubt anything's gonna happen and I'm gonna drop my axe. Okay, here we are at the castle, guys. Not a big puppet threat here, so it's nice. Okay, you can run into a player, but the castle is way easier to loot than it used to be. Because you don't really get puppets in the towers anymore. There used to be a puppet in every tower, which is not the case anymore. And because of the arrows that we crafted, we don't really mind. But yeah, the towers are the focus, and then the crates in the bottom are the focus, okay? But for now, we're just going to see if we can get like a medieval sword. Like, let's start with the towers. The towers are a little bit safer, and I've got a few tips for you guys, traversing the towers a little bit easier. Okay, so we're going to go up to the first level, press tab, make sure there's nothing in the vicinity. Loot these 2 crates. Go to the ladder, go up. Press tab, see what's in the vicinity. That's where you get most of your items in the vicinity. Now we get the medieval sword, okay, which is very, very nice. Remember, this is on 0.7 loot. You know, this is 30% less than official. So we got the sword. If we repair it with like a sharpening stone or with a toolbox, we can get quite a lot of money for it. So it's very good money-wise, and it's definitely better than the spear, okay? So we got a nice little weapon there. And then we're going to go up 1 more level. I'm just holding in my focus mode. I don't know if... Okay, that's a puppet. It's moving slowly, so that's a puppet. I want to be aware of players. I can't really defend myself against anyone with a gun. And the easy way to get down is just to fall down, okay? And fall down. And then don't fall down year or year. Get onto this little stump over here, because this stump is lower than these planks, okay? And when you're on the stump and you go down, you won't hurt yourself, okay? So that's a really, really, really fast way of getting down. So we're going to go around the castle this way with our sword in our hand. Okay, we've got a nice medieval sword here. Okay, hopefully she doesn't call a horde. That won't be nice. She's looking at us. Please don't call a horde. Please don't call a horde. Thank you very much. Oh my word, don't call a horde. Okay, as you guys can see, the medieval sword is nice. Nice and strong. I don't like them looking at me too long, because that's usually when they call a horde. Okay. So I'm going to go into the second one. Again, every level I get to, I press tab, because that's where you're going to find most of your items, by pressing tab. And you can get lucky. I press tab, search the 2 crates. Press tab, search the 2 crates. And then same step. Drop down, get onto this log over here that's lower than the planks. And apparently I hurt myself there. I don't know why. That usually works 100%. But okay, guys, I'm just going to do all these towers on the outside, and I'll let you know whenever I find something. Okay, found tights. Okay, tights are not... You know, tights are good, because if you wear a tight, it's giving you 3 heat, and we are getting cold at the moment. We actually should have taken that sweater that the puppet dropped, but again, that's going to help us with our heat, because our standard body temperature is 36.6. That's what we're aiming for, 36.6, okay? So we are getting too cold at the moment. That will have a negative effect on us. So yeah, I'm quite sad that I didn't take that sweater from the puppet, because it wouldn't have affected my inventory space. But yeah, tights are good, and I think I have to just try and kill a few puppets here to maybe let one of them give me a sweater again. Like, you get arrows, but we're not looking for 1 arrow. We're looking for quite a few arrows that are stronger than the arrows that we have. And the only arrows that are really stronger than the arrows that we have at the moment will be broadhead metal arrows or broadhead carbon arrows. If we get like, 10 carbon arrows, that will be nice. And I'm just going to come down here again. Make sure my feet is on the thing. And there we go. That's how it usually works. So yeah, there's a pickup truck here again. I'm going to look for a puppet. Just for now. This, like, if you walk here at the bottom, this is where you're going to find nice loot. So we are looking for a puppet quickly. I don't think he's got a sweater. But we're also going to beat the living poop out of him and see what he has. Yeah, I don't think he's got a sweater. We need a puppet with some clothing on. You've got a sweater on, yeah. Come here. I want your sweater, please. As you guys can see, the medieval sword's really, really good. Please give us a sweater. No, she didn't give us a sweater. Okay. So I'm going to run a bit. Running helps with the heat as well. I don't know if that puppet's clothing would have disappeared, but in any case. As soon as I hear a puppet, I'm going to go for him. As you guys see, medieval sword OP. There we go. Okay, so we're wearing the sweater, giving us 2 extra heat. And there you guys see my heat's going up. Okay, I just need to keep moving a bit. Okay, there, 35. Okay, so we are getting some body heat back. And there's a puppet here looking for us, but we're not really interested in that puppet. My food's at 17%. I usually eat when I get around 20%. So I'm just gonna eat this so long. Just manage my diet nicely. And this little small round little place here in the castle is very, very nice, because you get these boxes here that can give you nice loot. Okay, so we're just going to search all these boxes. And there's a good bow. The bow is a 50-pound bow. We just have to see what our archery skill is at. Our archery skill is not at basic yet, so we might struggle with the bow a bit, but there's always a way to test it, okay? So we're going to take the bow, see if we can hold it back. Okay, we can hold it back, so it's fine. This is much stronger than the 20-pound bow, and it looks way cooler, and we can use it, okay? So we already got a nice bow there. And we're going to search these boxes over here. There's 10 crossbow bolts, but we're looking for arrows, not bolts. Press tab, make sure nothing's inside there. Come in here. Okay, we didn't get lucky there. Look at this one. And then you can climb these ladders. It's not towers, but it will help you. You can find loot up here. So I'm just going to use tab. Hopefully we can get some arrows. There's another medieval sword, which is worth a lot of money. It's worth a lot of money. So I'm going to drop my chicken, and I'm going to drop the water. And I'm going to drop that, okay? Because this is worth a lot of money. And with the toolbox, I can get it up to 100%. So that's going to give me a nice amount of money. Okay, and I don't think I'm strong enough for the mohawk. But I can chop up this quickly. Okay, so that we don't waste it. We can chop up the chicken quickly. And it's possible to get a sporin bag here. So if we get a sporin bag, that will help a lot. So I'm just putting the 2 pieces in here. You can't really cook drumsticks if you don't have like a recipe book or something like that. But this you can make meat skewers with. So that's all good. And if we get a sporin bag, I'll come and pick up the RPK magazine. Okay, if we get a sporin bag. So going over here, searching this. I'm searching that. Holding tab, so I'll make sure I'm not missing anything. Here's a medieval helmet. I don't like wearing the medieval helmet because you've got something over your face. It makes it difficult to eat. That's why I like the K6 helmet, okay? The K6 helmet is just a little bit better because it's got like a flap and you can always eat and drink. With the medieval helmet, you're going to have to take it off every time you want to drink or every time you want to eat something because it's covering your mouth. Okay, again, just press tab because it's dark. I can't really see a lot. Okay, then we're going to run over here and jump. Nothing over here. Nothing over here. Okay. Oh, there is one more ladder to go up on. See if there's anything here. No, I don't see anything here. Jogging and jumping works fine. And there's something down here. Oh, it's a kilt. Okay, it could have been something cool, but it wasn't something cool. I don't know if I'm going to hurt myself climbing down here. That ladder seems pretty long. So I think I'm going to play it safe, or rather just climb down the ladder. When I'm halfway down the ladder, I can just press spacebar to release. Not really in the mood to hurt myself at the moment. And then, yeah, climbing down just seems like a better choice. But if I can fall onto this wall, I don't have to climb down. Okay. And this castle has got a lot of towers, very close to one another. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to check these towers. That's very close to one another. And again, I'll let you guys know if I find something. Okay, there we go. We found 7 broadhead metal arrows, which is way better than the metal arrows that we crafted. Okay, so we're going to replace this because this will kill puppets a lot faster than the arrows that we have. But we don't have to throw the arrows away that we have. What we can do is just eat the 2 grapes quickly because our food is still low. And the grapes gives us water, so that will solve our water problem as well. Because as you guys see here, at the metabolism, okay, the 2 grapes are giving us 133 milliliters of water. So that's going to solve a bit of water issues as well. And I can always pick up a mushroom, okay? So I'm just going to put the arrows in here until I really need that inventory space. But yeah, we've got way better arrows now. We can kill a player with these arrows very easily. So we are a threat to players as well now. Can the crafted metal arrow also hurt a player? Yes. But I've one-shot many players with broadhead carbon arrows. Okay, they do a heck of a lot of damage. And yeah, I'll let you guys know if I find something again. I'm just gonna do all the little things here. Okay, guys, we found another metal sword, which is going to bring us in a nice amount of money. And the great mechanic that the game has at the moment is when you're triple carrying, you won't drop the item when you're climbing a ladder. Okay, like you guys can see, we've still got all 3 items. So the only time you'll drop your item is if you put something in your hands. Okay, that replaces that item. But I mean, this is money. This is money. Okay. And we are quite close to the trader, so that's very good. And we got the sporin bag. We got the sporin bag, and we've got space for that drum magazine, which I think I'm gonna go fetch right now. And no, we don't have space. Wait. It's unfortunate that it's damaged. We need to get thread, which we will get. But yeah, we've got difficult decisions here. The fact that we're going to waste the sword is quite sad, but we don't really have a choice at the moment. So yeah, I think I'm going to go get the drum magazine and just get out of here. Clearly, you guys can see the castle is very good. And once you guys see what these things sell for, it's going to open up your mind, okay? What I'm doing here is to play it much safer, is just tap my key because my character's going lower all the time. And I think I'm going to call it now because I've got good arrows, okay? And my inventory space is full. So yeah, I'm just going to try and get that drum magazine quickly because I've got 3 swords on me. And it's good to have money in the bank because then you know, there we go. Okay. Because then you can respawn in a sector. So if you die, you can go to wherever you want to go to. Like I say, the trader isn't too far away from us. So we're going to quickly run to the trader and see what we get. Okay. And clearly you guys can see the castle is very nice. But once you see what the swords sell for, you'll feel a little bit better about it. And you will be motivated for inventory space. But it's good to go to the trader because we need thread. I don't know if I've got enough fame for the thread, but we'll fix that when we get there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we're on top of a mountain, okay? There is an easy route to the trader, okay? Nobody wants to really jog up a mountain, okay? It's tedious and it takes time. But when you can't really defend yourself against players, it's rather better to take the route that nobody else wants to take, okay? And that's why in the beginning of this guide, we're going to focus a lot on the snow area because a lot of experienced players doesn't like the snow area. If you look at the most lucrative places on the map, you know, the airfield and that airfield and the city and most of the bunkers and the hospital and the scrapyard, okay, and the torpedo factory and the train yard, most of it is outside of the snow area. There's only the barracks, okay, the Hollywood sign, if you, whatever you want to call it, in one town. There is other places, but most geared players don't really focus on the snow. That's why we're going to hang around the snow in the beginning, because I like to help you guys to not die repeatedly. Because if you go, you know, if you stay in high populated areas for too long, you will die and you'll have to do everything all over again, which is part of a survival game, but I want to make this a little bit easier for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run up till there and run down the mountain to get to the trader so that I don't use the routes that everyone is using to be a little bit more safe, okay? The sad thing happened right now, guys, is that a cargo drop landed in the sector that we're in, which doesn't happen a lot, okay? Yes, it is close to a military point of interest, but we could have probably gotten there first, and that's why having 6 screwdrivers and 6 bobby pins, or, you know, like trying to have it on you always, which is difficult in the beginning, but having 6 screwdrivers, 6 bobby pins on you is very, very important, because if a cargo drop lands very, very close to you, you can get a lot of good gear in that cargo drop, okay? And when you don't have a lot on you, it's actually worth the risk. Not if you have to run more than a sector, but if any cargo drop lands within a half a sector of you, it's a good idea to go for it because you're probably going to get there before anyone else. And it makes the percentages of dying at a cargo drop very, very low. Okay? But we're almost at the trader, so let's keep running. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the C2 trader. Okay, there's 3 ways to get to this trader. On the, like, you can see we're entering from the south here. From the west side, there is like reeds or plantation, you know, like weeds or, you know, whatever you want to call it, green plants that shows you the water isn't deep there. So you can walk from that side to into the trader, and here is low ground as well, which will be shown by the long grass, and you can get in from the trader from the east side as well. Okay, I don't know of any easy way to get in from the north, but there is a way to get in from the west, east, and south. Okay, now we could have used the toolbox to repair one of the swords, but we can always find the swords again, guys. You know, like that castle isn't going anywhere. But I'd like to show you guys, because I think we've got a sword at 50%. Okay, yeah. So I can show you. This is at 50%. This is at 40%. So it makes 100% in total. So I'll show you what you can get for 100% medieval sword, because selling both of them, the durability affects the selling price. Okay, but we're gonna get a full sword's price now from 2 swords. So we come to the armory.
Please. I guarantee.
Go to the holster.
I'm well armed.
So for the 60% sword, we're going to get $800. For the 40% sword, we're going to get $550. So for 100% sword, we would have gotten about $1,400, okay, which is absolutely great. So we're going to sell these two. Actually, what I want to do is I want to sell the 80% one, okay, because that goes for 1,100.
That thing registered.
We're not going to sell the toolbox.
Nobody cares.
And then this was only $232, but it was fine. So we're going to sell it, which gives us $2,000, okay, which is really, really nice. And now we're going to see if we can buy some thread. But we've already got 2 sector spawns, which is really, really, really good. So if we come here and we type in thread, yes, we can buy it, guys. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, so we can buy the thread, which will be able to craft us a silencer, and we'll be able to craft a sewing kit. Okay, but I want to put $2,000 in the bank, and I need inventory space. So I'm going to sell that. We can't buy a backpack. A backpack's about 30 fame. But I'm going to sell the toolbox.
Let's see what you have.
You can always craft the toolbox.
Stay safe.
And yeah, we need that $100. We need that $100. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come to the bank.
Greetings, valued customer.
Buy myself a classic card. Put in a pin. Okay. Then I'm going to take it, put in the pin, deposit. I think we're going to have lower than 2,000 when we're done. Yeah, 2%. Yeah. Submit. Yes. Okay. We aren't at 2 sector spawns yet. But that's not the end of the world. Now what we're going to do is eject card. Go to the card, put the pin in wrong twice on purpose, just so that if somebody kills us or steals our card, they've only got one guess to get the right pin, okay? But I want 2 sector spawns minimum. So I think I'm going to sell my .22 ammo.
Guns come unloaded. Security.
And now I can say, yeah, like I forget this a lot, guys. I forget this a heck of a lot. I always just sell my stuff and then I have to go to the bank again and deposit the money again, blah, blah, blah. All you do is when you sell something now, when you've got a card on you, you press the bank and then when you sell it.
That thing
okay,
registered.
so when you go to sell, click on the bank and then you sell it. And it goes directly to the bank. Okay, so now a lot of our problems are solved. And yeah. It's good. It's good. So all we need to do now is kill a puppet. And I think I'm going to kill a puppet up here. This is another castle here. So hopefully that castle is quiet. Or I could get a puppet here at the town. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run around. Yeah, I don't want to buy food, guys. I actually need to buy food at the moment. But I'm not going to buy food. I'm just going to solve my water problem here quickly by drinking 3 times. If you drink from a water bottle, you only get 100 milliliters into your system. But if you drink from a water source, you get 200 milliliters. And your body only needs about 400 milliliters of water. So I'm going to drink about 3 times now so that I don't pee a lot. You can drink more. But that just means that a lot of the water is going to go to your bladder and you're going to pee a lot. So I'm just going to go to that town quickly. See if I can get a puppet, see if I can get a bone needle, see if I can get some clothing because I want to cut the clothing up into rag strips. So let's go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are at this town, but we want to be very specific with our actions, okay? Yes, the great thing now is if we die, we can spawn where we want. Like if a person kills me now, I'm going to spawn over the city because I've got nothing on me and the city can give me the best, great loot. Even if I die again, I don't care. If a person kills me there, I can just decide where I want to go next. I've got 2 lives now, okay, where I can decide where I want to go next. But for now, all we're looking for is food screwdrivers, and a puppet. Because we want the bone needle. And we want to cut up some clothing as well. Okay? So we're not looking we don't want to pick a fight. And I just want to press V here and then knock this arrow. Because I want to really hurt the guy if I see a player. So I like these workshops. These workshops are brilliant. So there we get a screwdriver and we get a battery. Okay, battery is going to be nice for night vision. We're not focusing on bolts now. They changed the game so that you can craft bolts and nails from scrap metal. So the necessity for bolts and nails isn't like it used to be. Okay. You're not going to collect bolts and nails until you're ready to start building a solid base. Because carrying that now is just going to waste inventory space. Okay. Just making sure we searched everything here. Okay. There's the rubbish as well. Making sure we don't miss anything there. So we already got 2 screwdrivers, which is nice. You can close the door. Just to, you know, if somebody else comes here. Just to not let him think someone's in the vicinity. There we get some jeans. And some green jeans. Yeah, it's better. And it's got the same inventory space as this. So we're just going to put that there. And I'm going to close this door now. Because I can cut up. And we're getting some candy bobs. So we can replace that and replace the new candy bobs. I'm going to cut this up into rags. Because I want 5 rag strips. To craft a silencer. And then I want to craft a sewing kit. Okay. So I cut up the dirty rags into rag strips. There we go. And now if we go to crafting, it says I can't craft it yet. So let's just go silencer. Thread. Oh, rags. I keep on making this mistake, guys. Rags and a bone needle. They changed it. It used to be rag strip. It's now rags. But it's fine. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. We can get more clothing. There's another workshop. I'm already looking at that workshop. And I want to search the garages. This garage has been looted. So I have to be careful. There's a player has already been here. That's why the doors are open. So just have to be careful. I'm not going to run for my life. If I see a player, if a player shoots at me with a gun, I'm running for my life. But if a player tries to take me on with a melee weapon, or like with a bow, you know, I'm up for the challenge. So just going to be aware of our surroundings, that's all. Make sure we don't take any stupid risks here. We already found a screwdriver, so it's not like he cleaned the town out. Maybe he just searched the garages, who knows? A lot of people don't loot completely. Okay. Another workshop there. I'm going for that workshop. Check if there's no one in the workshop. Just be careful. Make sure I don't see any movement. Press tab. Okay, he dropped the hat here on the floor, so I think he looted this place as well. Yep. Hopefully he missed something. But it does look like it. No, it does look like he missed anything. Okay, but we are looking for clothing. So it looks like he stripped the, you know, he looted the good points of interest. But we can go into a double house. See if we can find some clothing. Looks like he looted all the areas that we are focused on. But maybe he doesn't need clothing. Okay, maybe this guy that looted this place doesn't need clothing. There is clothing. Okay, so we're going to cut this up because we need the rags. Okay, so we've got 3 rags there already. Taking out the bow again. And I just want to see if I can help this guy to prioritize the right arrows here. Okay, so since you want to prioritize those arrows, let's do this. Okay, you're still prioritizing those arrows. So I'm just going to use my old trick. I'm just going to use my old trick here, guys. Try to put those arrows there. And I'm going to put these arrows a little bit higher. There we go. Okay, so if the arrows are in the same place, but they differ in height, then you're going to prioritize the ones that you want to prioritize. Okay? Small little tricks that I've learned over time. And I want to do maximum damage if I run into a player. I don't really want to play around with the player at the moment. We just find one more rag. We can make that silencer. But we need puppets. But because he was here and then I came into the area, there are no puppets at the moment. You should get a puppet there. He searched. Was that door open? I don't think that door was open. I really don't think that door was open. I think he's close. I don't think that door was open, guys. And in case I run into him, I'm gonna pick the sword. Because if me and him run into each other like close range, the guy with the bow is not going to win. Okay? If I run into him, like if we run into each other in a house, you know, pulling back the bow is going to take some time. If I see him at a distance, I can always take out the bow. But yeah, if I run into him, I think the sword's going to be a better idea. So if I see him at a distance, I'm pulling out the bow. I just don't know where he is. Now the door's closed. What the heck? Okay, that was a glitch. That was a glitch. And I stand still now and then because if he's looting or walking around, I'll hear him. So being a little bit more quiet helps. Like, he can hear me looting. He can hear me walking around, but it's the same for him. If he's looting or walking around and he's close enough to me, I'll hear it. I'm not a walkover at the moment, you know. It's not like he's just gonna kill me, depending on what he has. Okay, that's flour. That's really, really good. It's really, really good. That's gonna be good for carbs, and I think eating is not a bad idea now. So there we've got the extra rag. It's in our vicinity. We still need the bow needle. We still need the bow needle. I'm just gonna eat something here quickly. Eat all. Flour gives you a lot of, it is going to give you food repulsion, okay? But we're not going to eat too much. Okay, 20, yeah, that's enough, okay? 900 calories per hour, okay? So it's going to fix our energy deficiency. And I've got the rag now, so I just need a bloody puppet. I think if I go to the police station, I'll get a puppet. I think desperate times calls for desperate measures here. I definitely think activating puppets at the police station isn't a bad idea now because we really need a puppet now. And I know there's spawn points at the police station. But if we can get those bobby pins here in these shops, like it's these shops where you can get bobby pins, that's going to help us level up our survival, like I said, like I told you guys. So if we can just collect a bunch of bobby pin boxes, that's going to help a heck of a lot. pressing tab to see if there's anything that we're missing in our area. And I think it's time to spawn in a puppet. Really think it's time to spawn in a puppet. Okay, nothing wants to spawn in here, which is freaking me out. He was already in here. He went out there. He didn't open these lockers. But if he's not going to open them, I'm going to open them because I've got 2 screwdrivers. And I might be able to run to the trader if I get something really, really good. If I get something really good, I can run to the trader. Okay, that's not something good. That is something good. That is something good. I'm not going to sell that at the trader. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that. Because now if we add that to our quick slot, we can add the 1 bullet. And we're actually a lot more dangerous now. We're a lot more dangerous than what we were. I'm sure he searched this place. Sure, but I'm going to look for bobby pins. I mean, the puppets aren't here. So, good for me. I don't know if he's on the roof. I have to be careful. I don't hear anything. I hope he's not here. I'm still going to search what I need to search. That's a good melee weapon, but the sword is way better. But I mean, if we didn't find a melee weapon, that melee weapon would have been great. Okay, he did search this place. But he clearly didn't have screwdrivers, which is good. And we can use the roof to see for any movement. Okay, guys, but that's it for day 3, okay? I hope you guys see it's still exciting, okay? Without dealing with sentries, without, you know, going to zones where we're probably going to die. It's still exciting, okay? It's still fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And hopefully next time there's puppets here. Hopefully when I wake up here next time there will be puppets here. But yeah, all I want to do now is sleep. And if you don't want to die in your sleep, if you don't want to die after you've climbed into a bed, just wait for the timer to go away, okay? Sleeping in this house is not the best idea in the world. I'd rather want a space where someone's not going to be in there for very, very long, okay? So there is a bed here, but I mean, someone can easily find me there. But if I sleep in this bed, people don't really loot this place for long. You know, you come in, you search these 2 things, and you're out. Okay? Like, no one's going to stay in here for long, but they might stay in that house for long enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rest here. Okay, there we go. We're sleeping in the bed, okay, to get rid of our exhaustion. Now we're going to press escape. We're going to go main menu, and we're going to wait the 60 seconds. That is going to take us to log out. If we hear something, we're going to say cancel, okay? Because there's clearly someone close to us. But waiting for the logout timer is your safest way to know that when you come back into the game, you're alive. Or if you're coming back to the game and you're dead, it means somebody was literally there when you spawned in. But you're never going to have a moment where you just quick exit and then your body was just lying here for 60 seconds. You know, and then somebody killed you. So if you enjoyed this video, click that like button and hit the subscribe button, the bell button to be notified of future videos. And I'll see you guys later. Cheers.